let's jump into community a little bit, because I know that out in Brooklyn you're super involved, and community is just an important part of the way you approach music, you know, evidenced by your selection of your first song even, right?
Yeah.
You're just about that. And so can you tell us a little bit about Bouquet?
Bouquet is a monthly artist showcase that I run with Dewey87. She's the resident DJ, and it's at a Medusa bar. It's every second to last Saturday, and we just try to give people space. It's a femme-based showcase, so the lineup is almost always 2 women and 1 man, and I do that on purpose because it's important to me that men know what it feels like to be on a lineup with all women, because that is what we are subjected to often. I want to help men understand something, and it's that it does feel different. You know what I mean? And for us, it feels really good, I think. And like most people that have done it, they know the deal, you know, and they have told me like this was such a different experience. Like it was like, and kind of an honor in a way. Like I think that they're usually very like grateful to have been chosen to do it, because it's like, the point is to have the space for women. So like that's going to be my focus, right? But to have that man have that experience, I'm hoping that they can take that, and when they start their own shows somewhere else, they try to make it a more fair situation, you know, because it can feel alienating and it can feel like you're the only one. I think that is not an easy place to be. It's a lonely place to be, and it's sometimes for women an unsafe place to be. So that's a really important thing for Bouquet, is that it's a really safe and open space. I don't really, like, thank God we haven't had any issues, but I don't tolerate like any kind of, you know, anything bad. Like if you're gonna be even a dick, like you can leave. Like it's just not happening. Like we're not like, I don't know. I'm just trying to make the world a little bit better in some way, because it sucks to be a lady sometimes in this world, and we are far and few between, and there's actually more of us than people think there are. And I think that's another thing that people say to me all the time, like, there's not enough women. And it's like, no, there are plenty. And I think a lot of them don't want to come forward because it's scary and it's unsafe, you know? So one of the things that we try to do with Bouquet is like, it doesn't matter your skill level. Like, I want you to play the show, you know? Like, I want you to feel comfortable playing for your first time, maybe, you know? The other thing, like I was saying with telling a story and how important that is to me, I really try to make people's set times long, because I think you can't tell a story when it's short. And I think there's a lot of, like, most of the beach shows in New York are pretty short. It's about like 15 or 20 minute sets, which is great and fine and like no shade. But I think that I would rather book less people to play longer and to really like show who they are and kind of like tell us, the audience, the story, and tell us show us what they've done, you know, show us their work, show us their art. Like, I think that's really important. So we're like just a safe space for LGBTQ community. Happy Pride Month. Like for, you know, femme and men too. Like it's another, I think that there are actually surprisingly more men than we think that also feel unsafe in spaces. You know what I mean? Like where they are not able to be themselves either. And when it's 100 dudes in a room bobbing their heads, it's like you don't feel like, it's less interactive, and it can be intense for sure, for everyone.
In addition to the way that you're doing the lineups, the idea of the structure of the set lengths is also very contrarian, I guess you'd say, to like the way things are typically done in the beat world. Mm-hmm. And there are a lot of people that feel like, you know, 10 or 15 minutes is like more than enough of this, and you have to pull the plug. So it's a really cool experiment. And you know, it's one thing, you could have just tried to be in as many shows yourself as possible in existing shows. I'm wondering what made you decide, okay, you know what, I'm actually just going to start this.
That is all thanks to In Plain Sight. In Plain Sight was is a radio show now on Double App, but In Plain Sight, I was kind of the intro for me into this community. I would go to their show/party. It was at a bar, and it was a show in the beginning half, so it was like the longest show of all time. I don't know how they did it. It was pre-COVID. I couldn't do that now. But it was like, I think they started at 7 and they went to like 4 in the morning. It was like the longest show ever, but it was a show and then they DJ'd for the rest of the night. So it was just like a long day. I think they did, or like a long night, and they would do it monthly and then maybe bi-monthly. But it was just so much fun. It was a really fun time. People danced their asses off. It was like, I think like I came from a karaoke background also, meaning.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what does that mean?
Yeah. I just realized that doesn't make any sense. I hosted karaoke for like 5 years.
Okay.
So I worked for a karaoke company, and we would like bring gear and we would bring everything to venues, and then we would like do a karaoke there. I had a lot of fun creating that space. And that was also another big reason why I felt like equipped to do this, was that I have absolutely kicked people out for less, like for being just disruptive in ways that like could feel unsafe for people. And it was important to like have that experience, I think, because in this community, as much as I've been very fortunate, because I think that the people that I know personally are really, really amazing people who are like really love this shit, and that's like what matters, and that's just like the people I know, and I know that that's not universal. I know in the DJ community there's a lot of stuff too with the same stuff that I'm talking about, with just like women feeling unsafe. So and in the karaoke world, that's where I came from. It's the same. It's like these big spaces, groups of people who are coming for a common goal, to dance, to have fun, to drink, to do whatever, but it ends up being unsafe really quickly, So it's just like, I just want people to have fun and to be able to show their art and to feel like their art means something,